Okay, so today I'm just going to run you through how to make quite a basic looking lamp. First thing we're going to do is create a new project, and you might end up with a couple of tries at this lamp, and you'll definitely do this tutorial one, and that's okay. We're going to click up on the waffle in the top left hand corner, and then I'm going to click new project. I'm going to call this one Yr10 lamp. So once I've created my project, that spinning wheel just means it's saving. I'm then going to click save. Up here, location. I'm going to make sure I click this bottom arrow. Make sure I call it Yr10 lamp. I'm going to call this one shoot. And I'm going to save it. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch. And I'm going to jump on the front. And I'm going to make my profile to Revolve. I'm going to hide my projects panel. I'm going to make a profile that I can actually revolve around. So I'm going to hit L for line. Click on the middle. Make this, so this needs to marry up with the bottom piece that I'm giving you, which is going to be 83 millimeters. So I need to write 83 over 2. And that'll give us 41.5 on the radius. Going to hit L again. I'm going to go up. And I'm going to say go 60 millimeters high for this section. Then I'm going to go L again. Come across here to maybe, I don't know, 35. And then I might put some sort of bend in here. So I might hit S, put an arc in. I'm going to do a 3-point arc. I'm going to click this point, this point. I might bend it out a little bit, like so. Now what I need to do is I need to revolve this shape to make it 3D. So I'm going to hit S to open up my sketch toolbox, type in revolve, click the shape first, come over to axes, click the middle axis, and so that actually turns it into a full-blown shape for me, which is good. So I'm going to hit OK on that one. And I'm starting to get something that resembles the shell that I'm after. Okay, so now that I've got that shell, I need to hollow it out. So this is actually going to be my clear piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit A. And down here I'm going to go plastic, transparent. I'm going to make this polycarbonate clear. So that now becomes a clear piece and looks like it on the model. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shell it out or hollow it out. So holding Shift and using my middle mouse button or 2 fingers, I'm going to move around until I'm looking at the bottom. You can see up here that says bottom, so I'm looking at the bottom. I'm going to type S, and then I'm going to type shell. And click at this bottom piece, and I'm going to give that a wall thickness of 2 millimeters. Hit enter, and now it's hollowed that out for me. But I need a way to actually join this to the base. So I'm going to go sketch on here. I'm going to click on this bottom part here. I know I'm drawing on the bottom because it tells me I am here. I'm going to hit C for circle, jump on the middle, and I'm going to make a hole that's 63 millimeters. And I'm going to extrude this up 2 millimeters probably. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, select that ring and the outside ring, and I'm going to push that up about -2, I reckon. With the operation here, I need it to join. Yeah, I think that's going to be alright. And I'm going to hit OK. So that's actually created that lip. for me to join it on, and I'm actually going to glue a piece to here. So rather than have it solid, I'm actually going to remove some of that material. So I'm going to go new sketch, jump on the top, hit C for circle, jump on this middle piece. I'm actually going to cut out a hole. Let's call it 55 millimeters. Enter. And then I'm going to hit extrude E, grab that guy, push it down and actually cut it out. Like that. So that's my clear middle piece that I've got. Now I'm going to put some sort of design on this. There's lots of different ways to put designs on. You might find there's actually some designs that you can't put on your particular model due to how well you understand the software and if the software will even allow you to do it. So I'm just going to show you how to do a basic pattern and then move it around using the circular pattern. So I'm going to hit create sketch. I'm going to select this front plane here. I know that's the front because I'm up here looking at front. I'm clicking on this one here. Actually, no, sorry, undo that. I'm going to actually create an offset plane. So I'm sorry, I'm going to go up to construct instead now. And I'm going to make sure that my origins are turned on. Click on this guy here. Drag him out. And once again, I want that to be negative 83 over 2. And that gives me another work plane to draw on. Now I can go and hit sketch. Click on that work plane. And now I'll be drawing on the outside here. So, I need to put some sort of basic pattern in. So I might just put like a slot pattern in, for example. So I'm going to go slot. Do a center to center slot. I'm going to line up on this middle line here. So I'm going to go off the origin down the bottom here. Push up a little bit. Click there. Push up to here. Click there. Then I don't know, maybe make it like 3.5 millimeters across. Enter, enter. I'm actually going to use my dimension tools to space that out properly. So I'm going to hit D for dimension. Click on this top line. Middle dot, push it out. I'm going to make that 5 mil. Once again, dimension tool, D for dimension, middle dot, bottom line, push it out the side, and I'll make that one 5 mil as well. Okay, and I'm going to stop sketch. And you can see that I've actually put that slot on there, but it's not actually in the surface. It's on the outside, but you can see if I click on the right hand side here, it's actually in the middle of the surface there. It's not quite far away enough. That's not a problem because we've done it in Fusion. We can actually make an adjustment there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to our timeline down the bottom here, and I'm going to double click on this plane. Now this plane that we ended up putting in at 41.5, I'm going to delete this distance out. I'm going to make that 50. Sorry, negative 50. And hit OK. And see what that's done now? Let's actually move that sketch on the outside, which is a good thing for us. Now I need to actually cut this slot into this object behind it. So to do that, we're going to click up on Modify. And I'm going to do a split face. The first thing I need is the faces to split. So I'm going to click on this outside face of my clear piece. And then my splitting tool, I'm going to select that slot that I've drawn. Like so. And then I'm going to hit OK. And that's actually gone the whole way through, which is fine. So I've got it on both sides. Which will now allow me, I'm going to hit Q to do a push-pull. I'm going to click on this slot, and I'm going to go in -1. I've actually put that slot in, -1. Now what I want to do is I want that slot to go the whole way around my shape. So I'm going to hit S. I'm going to type in circular pattern. what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select this offset face down here on my timeline. My axis is what I want it to revolve around, so I can pick pretty much any one of these circles. And then how many I want of them. So I'm going to say here 3. I'm going to go maybe 20, see what that looks like. 30. 35. 40. I think 40 looks pretty cool. So I'm going to hit enter. The computer's going to calculate that. And now what I've done is I've actually created that pattern the whole way around on my lamp. Now I've only gone in a millimeter because I don't want to go the whole way through my particular build. Okay, so that's my middle piece. Now if I want to put a top piece on it on a different colour, a couple of ways I can do that. I'm just going to put a tapered piece on for now. So I'm actually going to go to create sketch. I'm going to click on this top face here. I'm going to hit circle off the middle and extend it out to this line here at 70 millimeters. And then I'm going to do a stop sketch. Now what I can do is I can hit E. I can grab that outside circle and the inside circle. And I'm actually going to go up maybe 15 millimeters. Maybe 10. But it looks a bit funny going up flat like that. So instead, I'm going to play with my taper angle here and change that. I can also drag on it up here as well. I think it maybe neg 25 looks like it's fitting in. It might still be too big though. I might jump back to 8 millimeters. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Instead of join though, I'm going to do this as a separate part. So I'm going to go operation, new body. And that's going to make it a separate part that I can print separately and make a separate part color. Hit OK. I'm going to hit A to bring my appearance library up. And instead of translucent, I'm going to go plastic opaque. And I'm going to make that one green. Plastic glossy green. I'm going to click and drag. Drop that one onto the top. Like so. So now I'm starting to get an idea of what my lamp's going to look like. I can turn off my origin. Have a bit of a look. Now I'm thinking I might put a ridge in this top section here. So I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did the first time around. So I'm going to go construct an offset plane, turn my origins back on, jump on any one of these planes, doesn't really matter. Come out 50 mil, create a sketch by clicking on that plane. This time I'm going to draw a rectangle. So I'm going to hit S, type in rectangle. I'm going to do a center rectangle. What I might do actually is I might create some construction lines. I'm going to hit L first, and I'm going to do a line snap to the middle there, down at here. Now to turn that into a construction line, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit X, and it goes dotted like that. So that's the middle. Now what I can do is I can type S, rectangle, center rectangle, snap to the middle, so I know that when that triangle comes up, I've snapped to the middle. Whoop, not quite there. Triangle. So I'm going to type 80. For the height of it, I'm going to go maybe 3 mil again. Maybe 2 mil. Tab, and then just 80 on that's fine. It doesn't matter if it's too big. I'm going to hit enter. Once again, I'm going to cut that face with this cutting tool. So I'm going to go modify, split face, click on that face, splitting tool, click on the rectangle. Okay, that's going to cut that through. And then I can hit Q again for press pull. Grab that guy there. And then I'm going to go in neg 1 again to put that ridge in, like so. Just make it look a little bit more interesting. I'm going to round that top corner off. I'm going to hit F for fillet. The top corner. And I'm going to round that by 2, I think. Okay. Cool, now I get something that's starting to line up. Okay, so to get an idea of what this is going to look like, I'm now going to bring the base into it to get an idea of what its proportions looking like. So what I'll do is in class I will share this with you. You will have access to a folder called Year 10 lamp parts. And when you go in there, you'll see a base that I've already drawn up, and I'll share this with you. Once I've done that, you can go to the lamp base, you can right click on it, and you can go insert into current design. That's fine. And now it's put the base in for me. Now I'm just going to use this arrow. I'm going to drag it down. And I'll use this one and actually change the angle around to 90 degrees. Hit enter. Okay, so it's a little bit hard to see that base. So I might change my view mode. So I can go into display down here. A picture of the computer screen. I'm going to go visual style. I'm going to go shaded with hidden edges. No, that doesn't really help. Maybe I'll go wireframe like that. There we go. You can kind of see what's happening a little bit easier now. Okay, so now what I should be able to do is I'll just jump back. So I'm happy with how that's imported. I'm going to go shading with hidden edges. I'm going to join these two parts together. So I can do an assemble, I can do a joint. I'm going to select this top face, hold down Command. I'm going to select the middle. I'm then going to look up underneath, hover over this bottom face, hold Command, sit the middle, hit OK. And that's now snapped that base in place. And now I've created a lamp. Once you get to this stage, if you want to see how it's looking, you can click up on Model, Render. I'm going to turn Joints off to get rid of that icon. And we should actually be able to hit play and do an in-canvas render and see what it's actually starting to look like. And the time that this takes will just depend on how fast your computer is. Being a transparent material, it usually takes a little bit longer. It won't look exactly the same as how we're going to print it, but it will give you a pretty good idea. That brings us to the end. Thank you.